So last week I tried to call in to let you guys know about like the crazy stuff that has been happening over here.
All right, let's hear it.
Um, I just throw a couple things out there real quick. A couple of dudes that were at a assisted living care home got attacked by a bunch of bees.
Oh man.
What?
Yeah, that one was in a wheelchair too, so it was like he couldn't do anything.
Whoa.
I'm
I,
like,
I
God.
should not be laughing at that, but I just got a picture of a guy in a wheelchair trying to fight off bees, and it did not go well for that guy in my head.
Right, and the other guy couldn't help him either, so I'm like, oh man.
Terrible.
They weren't radioactive bees, were they? Because that would piss me off even further.
No, it was just a guy who had, I guess you don't have to have certain permits or whatever in the middle of Vegas, and he had a bunch of bees that had got like not out, but like started roaming, I guess. I don't
I
know.
found the article. He was stung more than 400 times.
400 times, yeah.
Holy shit.
Dang. Wow. Okay. So that's wild. Sorry to that guy. I hope he's all right.
That's that
Yeah,
that's that my girl
they both
situation
did,
I was
so.
talking about.
Seriously.
Put his glasses back on.
Right.
They just like they chose to swarm Lewis.
Yeah.
They're just like, this is our guy. And yeah, you're right. They say the city doesn't regulate beekeeping, which I'd like to keep
Yeah.
the city out of regulating beekeeping. But like, were these bees trained to attack? What's going on there? Is it a
I don't think so. They
conspiracy?
weren't Africanized, so we've had problems with those out here. When I was a kid, it was a big thing. Like
Yeah.
you
Singer.
would see bees and run.
Dude, yeah, I have been attacked by bees before. It's not fun.
Yeah, did this guy die or like what
Oh,
happened?
No, I don't think so.
No, neither of them died. They just got severely stung. Good thing they weren't anaphylactic.
Seriously.
Yeah.
Who was saying this? Oprah Ham. Is that am I saying that right? That is disturbing. He said, did he get superpowers? And
That would be awesome, but no.
David Flora, thank you for the Rumble rant, saying, put in reverse Terry. I don't know if I get that one.
I do.
What's
Put it in
reverse Terry?
reverse, Terry. It's a long story. I don't have the time to explain that shit.
Well,
right
explain to me after. And D93 says he was trying to become Candyman. Great movie. The original. I haven't seen the new one, but the original is a great movie.
Well, they say bee venom has been successful in countering cancer cells in breast cancer patients.
All right, all right. So what else is going on in Vegas?
This 19-year-old was going like 112 miles an hour and killed two people crashing into 12 cars.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah,
That is really
it's insane.
fast.
And like the next day, my husband came home after walking the dog, and he was like, "Yeah, some guy was driving all crazy, and I watched him get pulled over. We live next to a school." I was like, "Cool, he got pulled over. Good, he's getting a ticket or whatever." Then the same day, a crossing guard got hit by another person who wasn't paying attention.
Sheesh.
But that guy was like, "Thank God it was me and not the kids." I'm like, "Thank you for saying that, sir. Like,
Wow. Wow.
at least someone's looking out, you know." But the weirdest thing that's been happening the last couple weeks was Elon's been getting in trouble with OSHA because of the way that the boring company is dumping stuff. I don't know. It seemed weird. Like someone got hurt and then they started investigating and they dropped it.
Okay.
That's usually what gets OSHA involved is someone getting injured.
Yeah.
Unless they
But
pull some kind of inspection shit and find out that there's a bunch of non-compliance. But yeah, that's the first way to get OSHA to investigate you is with an injury.
So there's
Well, it was a firefighter. That's why.
yep, there's
So it was
dating back
immediately-
to November 12th. This is in Fortune. Two firefighters suffered chemical burns in a boring company tunnel. Then the Nevada governor's office got involved and the penalties disappeared.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, it kind of reminds me of Area 51, you know? And
Yeah.
the chemicals that we've talked about in this show, whether it's the invisible enemy, that's what they call it, the guys who have these weird tumors and diseases, and 400 people who have died for working on classified projects at Area 51 in the 90s, or the burn pits out there. It's very weird. Also, you know, it reminds me of like the whole DuPont thing we've been talking about a lot. That happened with when they invented Teflon and out in Parkersburg, West Virginia. So I think a lot of this tech stuff will be, I swear, make a poly market about it in like 10 years, 15 years, there will be class action lawsuits against some of these companies, data centers, maybe a company like the Boring Company. They'll find out that they actually really impacted the health of the environment and the people around it, like DuPont,
Absolutely.
like a lot of those places. So that's interesting. I did not see this. He's getting flack in a lot of other states. I'm forgetting where right now. Maybe Tennessee, maybe it's Nashville, maybe it's Memphis or something in Memphis as well happening, where it's like, it's getting really bad. It's not data center stuff. It's like the way whatever they're building and chemicals is affecting everything. So yeah, great. Another rabbit hole for me to go down. Appreciate that.
Well, speaking of data centers, I was looking up because there's a huge one out here. There's only three, which is crazy because think about what Las Vegas runs off of, like energy,
Yeah.
basically. It's 2.3 million square feet.
2.3 million square feet?
There's only 2 million people in Vegas.
Really?
Yeah.
That's wild.
And it's actually significant. It's two different buildings, but like when you drive by, you're like, "What's that?" And it doesn't look like the ones that you guys have out there. It looks like a big like factory.
This is where, because I'm going to be there in a few weeks, and I would like to personally go investigate some shit while I'm
Oh,
there.
sick. Yeah, you should.
Off of Decatur and Warm Springs, Decatur Boulevard and Warm Springs Road.
This is in like Vegas. This is like, is this outskirts or near like main city strip?
It's in the middle of the city, but like south and west. So it's called Switch. Spelled
So,
exactly how Switch is spelled.
Switch.
I'm just trying to see if this is the same one you're talking about here. Yeah. So Switch's core data center in Vegas. This is a report from November 19th. This is the largest cooling contract ever in the American market is taking place with one of these data centers in Vegas. Schneider Electric and Switch pen 1.9 billion cooling deal. So that just to keep it cool. I mean, they chose to put it in a pretty crazy place if you're trying to keep cool.
With all the water we have, you know?
Right. That's crazy. Man, that's crazy. It's a hyperscale data center, designs and existing hybrid air and liquid cooling systems. The companies believe they are laying the foundation for more resilient, scalable, and future-ready infrastructure. Man, cool. Thanks. I'll go down this rabbit hole now too.
Oh yeah.
Sorry, Shane.
No, I look. I'm very, very interested in it. It looks like Nvidia is involved. I just found out that Vidia in Latin means envy, and because they wanted to start to be the envy of like their chips and their tech sector.
Makes sense.
Yeah, it does make sense. But wow, yeah. The more and more I talk about this stuff, the more I'm getting articles from all around the country, where people are just like they're losing land. That's what I'm very worried. Look, we can put all of our differences aside on how we think AI is going to turn out. What it is it going to be super intelligent? Is it retarded? I think largely a lot of it is because it's just a human centipede of information it pulls off the internet. But it is of having like real world consequences. And I was thinking earlier, like if people do, in terms of like an optimistic approach, if people start to reject AI and there's a movement of like a younger crowd who's like, we don't want to take part in that world. We like the real world, and AI does go under. I imagine the world for a little while with all the data centers they've built could potentially look like how a lot of these like super Walmarts look, where inside they installed like 100 self-checkouts or cash registers and only 2 are ever opened, you know? Like it's always the weirdest thing to me. Like maybe during the holidays, during Christmas and Thanksgiving, Black Friday, they might be busier, but it's just the funniest thing to walk in and be like, they spent a lot of money on all of these different lines and they're never all open. Never. Target, Walmart. Maybe it's because of people, more people died during COVID than we know about. But yeah, imagine the landscape looking like that, where it could be abandoned data centers. And maybe, I forgot who said it in the chat earlier, but maybe they do get to turn them into something that could provide shelter for the homeless or something. You know, hopefully someone crazy isn't in charge and they're like, well, we could put all the illegal immigrants there.
Right.
I don't want that. I want to help Americans. And a lot of our veterans, not a lot, but many of the homeless happen to be veterans. And I want to help those people
It's just
out.
complete crap.
It's insane. You know, and like we totally
that
abandoned
makes
these
me
guys.
madder than anything, to be honest. Like how the people that cared for us and made sure that we're safe,
Yep.
you don't even care about them.
That like a bunch of
GFY,
neocons
you know?
and liberals who are basically neocons sacrifice these people, send them to wars that we shouldn't have been in. They come back and they're destroyed, and we have no real help for them. And you know, I would like to help them.
Bills get shot down in Congress left and right trying to get funding for these guys. But by all means, let's bring in 500,000 fucking people who don't belong here in the first place and give them a bunch of money
Yeah.
and let these people that fought for our country just sleep and die on the streets. It's completely
disgusting.
okay. Why the fuck not?
Because I can hate our military for like the military industrial complex, but I love our soldiers. Obviously, there's some bad people in every institution: cops, soldiers, teachers, priests, you name it. But like, there are so many good men who went to fight in these ridiculous wars, and they come back, and we totally abandon them. So, as part of my campaign for president of this country, before I dissolve every alphabet agency and take away the data, the AI, and export Silicon Valley to fake space, I'm going to make sure we help the homeless and the veterans. That's on my
Exactly.
That's my platform now.
Yeah, we need to take care of people at home first before we go worrying about foreign affairs, in my
Yep.
opinion. But
And the children
Exactly.
and the children who are getting abused all over the place. We got to take care of. That's like real evil out there. But awesome. Anything else you want to add about lovely Vegas?
I not well. Yeah, I got a couple of things that I could tell you. Something that happened yesterday, something about Tom DeLonge, or a ghost story.
I definitely want to hear about Tom DeLonge real quick.
I mean, yeah, let's hear about Tom DeLonge.
Okay, so this one's actually funny. You know the band he formed after called Angels and Airwaves?
Yeah,
Yep,
of course.
amazing band.
Yeah, they're really good, but the bassist was my ex's like good friend from elementary school.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And he was coming into town. He was like, "Bro, I got tickets for you and your girl, like backstage, whatever." So we get backstage, we're hanging out, like talking to him in between like songs or whatever. And after the show, we go up to the green room with him. And I'm standing there talking to Ryan, and Ryan's like full into conversation with me and my ex, and we're just having a good old time. And Tom just keeps nudging me. And I'm like, I just look at him like, "Can you see I'm talking to somebody?" He's like, "Don't you know who I am?" I'm like, "I don't care who the fuck you are. Like, leave me alone. I'm talking to Ryan, not you."
Come on, Tom.
So yeah, that I literally did that to Tom DeLonge.
That's hilarious. I'm trying to get him on the show. We've talked about it. He's tough.
He's a hard man to get.
We've reached out, but
We'll get there eventually.
I think it'd be interesting. I think it'd be very interesting, especially with the drone stuff going on. I'd like to see his take on all that. But
We'll get him eventually.
yeah. So I want to get to some other callers before the end of the night. Renee. Oh, sorry, Renee.
That is not Renee.
My goodness, Candy.
Yeah, that's
Look
okay.
my brain is totally farting
And
right
he's
now.
got his glasses on.
Yep,
What the hell?
Yep. So sorry about that. But give us a call back maybe tomorrow or next week, and we can hear more about Vegas. I have all these tabs open now about this crazy data center cooling. I can't believe the money they're putting into just the cooling.
It's insane.
It's insane. Thank you, and we'll talk soon.
All right, guys, thank you.
Thanks, Candy.
Later. That's
Bye.
like when a band shows up to town and they shout out the wrong city they're in. Like,
Yeah.
hello, Boise. And you're like, we're in Philly.
Yeah, this isn't fucking Boise.
Damn.